My name's Dr. Claire Dancer. I'm an associate professor here at WMG, and I lead a research group working on ceramic processing of materials. I started off with an undergraduate degree in natural sciences, and I specialised in material science, and carried on to do a PhD in the same subject at the University of Oxford. After that, I became a postdoctoral researcher for 5 years and moved here in 2013 to start my own research group as an assistant professor. Since then, I've been climbing the ladder up to associate professor. I really did enjoy science at school. It was probably my favourite subject. When I was very young, I wanted to be a ballet dancer, but when I realised I wasn't graceful enough, I decided science was for me. But yeah, always had a fascination with science. Well, definitely my dad inspired me. Coming from a family where someone's an academic and they can show you the way is a really valuable thing, and I was really lucky to have that. So he definitely inspired me. Another person who inspired me was Jocelyn Bell-Burnell, she discovered pulsars during her PhD. I remember reading the story of how she discovered them, how she went through the process of not being believed and really stayed persistent with her discovery. A really inspirational woman in physics. I was lucky enough to meet her when I was in Oxford, and it was really interesting to hear her story and all the things she'd had to go through, and she's still resilient and still going. So there's always a lot of challenges in science. It's difficult to get to the point where you can be independent. That's a big challenge for everyone who comes in at a lower level. You spend a lot of time being told what to do by someone else. With that, it's all about persistence and showing that you have the skills and looking for opportunities to jump forward. Another thing I've had to overcome is that I didn't used to like standing up and talking to people, and I think a lot of people think if you're a university academic, that's your job and you must have always been good at it. But as a teenager, I definitely wasn't good at this, and I've had to learn how to prepare and how to get myself through it in a way that means that I can do it for my job. The main piece of advice I would have is don't be confined to the subjects you study at school. You study physics, chemistry, maths, computer science, biology. Those aren't the only science subjects out there. There's lots of things that sit in between. So my field, material science, it's a bit of physics, it's a bit of chemistry, and it's a bit of itself. It's a different thing as well. And you won't get to experience that unless you get a chance to try it out. But there's always opportunities to switch track, change yourself into a slightly different version, move maybe more towards engineering, and move fields slightly and do something you really, really love. I would go and do all my experiments in space. I'm really fascinated by this idea that if we're ever going to go and colonise Mars, for example, or set up a base on the moon, we're going to have to manufacture things there, and there won't be the same gravity. And an awful lot of our manufacturing processes assume we have gravity, so what happens when you take that away? So if that was an option, give me lots and lots of money and a big spaceship, and we'll go and do some experiments on Mars.